Recently, people were asking me about how to balance their lives. They felt out of balance. And it turns out not to be that easy to find balance. So I'd like to share with you a few points about balancing and finding true balance in life. Let me start with a statement that you see here in this slide. We are actually two different beings. We are a physical being, a biological being, that's what we call the human, and we are a spiritual being. Some people call that the soul, or say we are a soul fragment. And those two beings are trying to work together. You see that represented in this rather well-known symbol, the six-pointed star. So you can say that the soul enters into the spiritual body, which is the blue triangle. And that blue triangle represents that part that wants to express itself through the physical system, which is the red triangle, and bring through the physical system its unique gifts into the earth. You can say that's our purpose. Our purpose is to bring our uniqueness, the soul uniqueness, through the physical system into this earth as our participation to, you can say, ascension. You can also call it evolution. But you see, there is a very important word in the center. In order to be able to do that properly, or you can say, back to the title, in order to find proper balance between those two systems, you need love. You can only balance your system from your heart. And your heart is the place where there is unconditional love located. Learning to connect in with our system in such a way that the heart is the guidance, you can say, is one of the most important ways, maybe the most important way, to find balance in your life. And that's why in this happy image, the hearts are like balloons celebrating actually love through the connection with the heart. And around our system, we have something that you see depicted here, and that's what is called a torus. This is maybe one of the most important energy systems that we have, because a torus system is existing everywhere in this world. And it is the torus that actually indicates how well you're balanced. And those who are able to see energy may see that the torus around human beings in general is not all that well functioning. It's out of balance. So you can say that actually when we talk about finding balance, the torus is showing us how successful we are. And there are a number of key things. You have to look at the central column to understand the next slides that I'm going to show you. And that column actually is only functioning when our chakras are functioning properly. And we have actually 12 chakras. And they are again linked, as you can see in this image, to our 6 bodies. So we have the physical body and the astral and etheric body as the physical trinity. And we have the emotional, mental, and spiritual body as the spiritual trinity. And the connections between the different energy bodies are chakras. So they are the additional 5 above the 5 that we have connected with our physical body. So in a sense, you can say what we just saw is similar to what you see here. If you want the soul to go to the earth, then what it needs is the chakras to be in, and we use the word again, in balance. So chakra balancing, and there are many different ways to do that, is an aspect, a part of finding balance between the two bodies that we have, and guided again by love. So when you look at the 7 chakras in the body, we see actually a very similar system as what I just showed you. There are 3 chakras that are our physical chakras. We see the Trinity back again. There are 3 chakras that are our spiritual chakras, which refers to the 3 spiritual bodies. And what balances it? What is the bridge? It's again the heart chakra in this case. This image shows far more, but still we see it's about the connection with spiritual world and bringing that through the chakras into the physical world. So you can say that the 7 chakras, to bring them in balance, is almost like a symbol for bringing the 7 bodies, if we take love as the 7th body, into balance. But the key for all human beings that I've ever seen and met are the 3 lower chakras. That are the 3 physical chakras. These are the chakras that relate to the way we function in this world. So the root chakra tells us how safe we feel and how much we feel accepted in this world. The second chakra is telling us how well we can relate to all that we encounter in our daily lives. And the third chakra, or solar plexus, is reflecting how much self-worth and self-esteem we have, and whether or not we believe that we deserve happiness and joy and abundance. These 3 chakras are off, and I've been puzzled, you can say over many, many years, why this balance is so strong. You can say it's our society, and it's definitely true. You can say it's the upbringing, definitely contributes to it. You can say it's our whole system of interaction with each other, where we are induced by fear and are often fear guided in our actions. All of that is true. But there is an additional factor, and that additional factor I discovered over the years, and it became more and more clear that we are not functioning properly because we do not feel safe in this world. So look for a moment again to this image, and you see that the 3 lower chakras are actually connected with what we call the low heart. And when we don't feel safe, we are not able to connect properly, or maybe I should say feel love through the lower heart chakra. As a consequence, the whole chakra complex, the Trinity, is not functioning properly. So that prevents love to come in, and that throws the whole system out of balance. So we need to go back again to those lower 3 chakras, because obviously they affect love, and as a consequence, the functioning of our 2 different bodies, systems, if you want. What we found is that one of the reasons, and maybe it's the most dominant reason, that we don't feel safe is there are certain earth energies no longer present. This image that you see here is a map of the northeast corner of Sedona, and the black lines is the edge, and within the black lines at the inner part of it, there where the development is, there are no lines of the crystalline grid. That are the lines that are the foundational lines that directly interact with our root chakra, make that we don't feel safe, and as a consequence we don't know how to relate to this world, and we also don't know how to build up true self-worth and self-esteem. So it's very, very important to get those grids back, and that's one of the reasons that we basically start working on them. And you see here an example of a vortex of that grid system that we restored. We can restore these grids that will help our system to be more grounded, and as a consequence to increasingly find balance. To give form to the restoration of these grids and do that on a larger scale with more people, so that the effect will be much stronger, we created the crystalline movement. The crystalline movement will bring people together, and are bringing people together that are interested in contributing. It can be people who love crystals. It can be people who simply feel that it is important that we create an environment in which we can find back that balance that we are so longing for. And that balance is the key, as we have seen from the very beginning. So the crystalline movement offers several things, like a training to do that properly, and it also offers collaboration and information system. If you're interested in checking that out, we will have at the last slide a number of different websites, and one of them is the website of the Crystalline Movement, so that if you resonate with what I just shared, you may want to check it out. And here you see the 3 organizations that are connected to our work: the Universal Center for Metaphysical Ecology, Metaphysical Ecology, and the Crystalline Movement. And you see the 4 websites that provide more information if you feel guided to check out some of our work in more details. Don't forget, if you're interested in our work and want to follow us, please click the subscribe button below so that you really receive all the information that we send out over time.